Hi people, I just finished Under the Same Stars by Libba Bray and I had goosebumps over my body when I was finishing it and I was feeling so many emotions, and this is such a great book. Like for me, like 5 stars over 5 stars, like real keeper. I don't want to talk much about the book. I don't want to give anything away. The thing is, this book follows 3 different temporal lines. We have one during the war, and we have different characters there, mainly 2 girls who are trying to find themselves in this Nazi Germany. They want to, they debate, they have this, yes, it's very like, I mean, there's lots of things that I want to say, and it's a very hard book to process because it's very real and it's very truthful to the things that happened in Germany during the war, that Hitler did, that people did in the name of the dictator, and how it did affect the people living in that moment, in that place. Here there were people who were like true believers that believed everything the Führer had to say, and there were people who wanted none of it, that were the resistance, that were doing whatever they could to help Jews escape, to help other people. It was like an insane time, like neighbors against neighbors, family members against family members, and it's crazy that humanity kind of repeats the same mistakes all over again and again and again. But we have, as I was saying, these 2 main characters who are going to be our narrative during the war. Then we have another temporal line. It's where we have the wall in Berlin, separating the west and east side. And we are going to have this girl who comes from money, who comes from America, and she is going to be like traveling to this unknown Germany with the punks, living in squads and all of this, and she's going to provide us another point of view. Then we are going to have another set of characters who are living in 2020 in the COVID times, so they are isolating, and it's amazing how Libba Bray has managed to intertwine all these 3 temporal lines and all these characters together into this book. And I'm not going to say much because I want you to be as surprised as I was during the lecture of this book. I mean, it's a very strong book. It's very powerful. I want to add that in the part of the pandemic, she's going to be talking about George Floyd. I'm sure you remind this black man who had this police officer kneeling on his neck, and he was screaming for his mom, and he wanted, somebody to help, and it sparked all that amazing Black Lives Matter movement, and it was like a way to think that injustice, that this racism, this imbalance of power has always existed. As I said before, humanity keeps on making the same mistakes, and this book also tells about resistance, about love, about fighting for justice, about standing up, about finding your own voice, and saying this is enough. We have to unite. We have to try to stop all of this bullshit, because it's not how it should be. About being brave enough. I mean, there were moments that were like hard to read because there's lots of things going on in this book. As I was saying, it documents Germany as it was during the war, the things that were done. You have characters who are thinking that the Jews are merely deported, and then they began to discover what really happened and the concentration camps and everything, and how people turn against each other, people who were friends before, and how you had to have this secrecy about what you believe in, that you had like to wear this mask and pretend. and there were dark times in that. And I think the Libba Bray had really make, I mean, it's historical fiction, and the way in which she presents it, it's like you are there. And she has made such a great job with this book. It's amazing. And we have characters who have done everything they can to change the world, and then we have characters who have a screw up and feel guilty and are like asking for forgiveness and are trying to do what they can now, looking back at the things that they did wrong. They are trying to, you know, to change, to help other people now that they see where they went wrong. And when you begin to discover who is who in this story and how they interlock and how 80 years later these characters must or might be or not be around, and what they're doing, and what, you know, the consequences of their actions and everything. I mean, it blows your mind when you begin to connect the dots that she's leaving you, that Libba Bray is leaving you, so that you can begin to piece together the bigger story, the bigger puzzle that she is, you know, leaving for you in this book. I mean, maybe I'm very vague, but I don't want to say names. I don't want to give anything away of this book. I knew that it was like a Germany World War book, that we were going to be saying dark things, horrible things, and that we will be saying the wall that separated Germany, and that we will be, you know, but I didn't know everything, and I think that the best way to get into this book is knowing as little as you possibly can, because it's an amazing book. The characters, all of them, in the different timelines or different epochs, are amazing, are so believable, so well constructed, so powerful, and how they change when they are allowed to, when they decide to make a stand to, you know. And the story is so compelling, and to have the different timelines interlocking, and it lets you gasping. You don't know who you love more in the story. You love all the characters. You want to know how everything goes for everyone. You want happy endings, and you know that in life not always is possible. And at the end, it blows your mind. Totally, you feel like crying, like laughing, like cheering, like killing someone, like hugging someone, like. It's an amazing book. You really, really, really have to read it to understand social change, to understand humanity at its best, at its worst. And I like how she has these characters who believe in hope, and you have characters who don't. I mean, I love how all the characters work together and they are helping each other. And yeah, I'm shutting up. You have to pick this one up, because nothing I say is going to make it justice. An amazing book. Thank you for watching. Bye.